everybody, Venom001 here with another commentary on Battlefield Bad Company 2. Today I'm just bringing you heavy metal, but I've got a couple of chopper kills here that I thought were pretty cool, so I'll put those at the start of the video. So I'll put them at the end of the video, you probably won't get to see them. I know a lot of people don't hang around to watch the whole thing, me bloody raving on all the time. But there we go, knocked the Apache right out of the sky there. And Constantius's cav hit me in the front of the tank. Wasn't expecting that, but I thought I might have C4 and I thought it might have been an enemy for a second. Had that happen to me the other night on heavy metal. The bloody cav came at me and the guy jumped out and there was C4 on it. I just thought, you cheap bastard. So I think the next one I get here is a Black Hawk. He's going straight for our base. You're going to find that a lot on heavy metal. Players just going straight for your base trying to take the Havoc, so they can have the Havoc and the Apache up at the same time. He's going straight for it, so just pop him a shell. Nice long distance shot, that one. Unfortunately there was only one guy in it, so obviously he was going for the chopper. So that's the end of that there, and now we get straight into the game here. So we've got all my mates in here at the moment. Got Apache, Tari, Constantius. I don't think Ozzy was on tonight, so he's not with us. But yeah, I find the best thing to do, get into your tank straight away on this map. The cavs are great fun, they're great to get around in, but there's only one at the spawn. And yeah, as you can see, it's already been taken there. So we've got Apache up in the chopper. It's probably the best thing for him. He's bloody good in the choppers, so get him up there as quick as we can. If you don't know, you can take the flags with the choppers. It's a little dangerous to be hovering around in the chopper like this, but you know, at the start of the game, you can probably take the A flag pretty quick. Once you've done that though, you want to really get out of there as quick as you can and get some altitude. So everybody knows by now, if you haven't played this map, I'll tell you anyway. But the AA gun is at B, which is probably the best spot for it. And depending on who takes the base first, it will either be the Russian AA or the VADs, the American AA. I actually prefer the VADs over the Russian AA. Yeah, I don't know, it just seems to have a bit more of a punch, and it's the burst fire AA that I don't really like. It's not as, you know, as sustained a fire. They've really limited the VAD's pushback. That was a big complaint everybody had. It just could knock a chopper out of the sky just by simply touching it once. So they've pushed that back, and it's pretty much, you know, in line with the other AA now. So you want your cavs really on this map. They get around a lot quicker than the tanks, and they're very vulnerable though to the choppers. But if the chopper's out of the air, you know, getting your cav, get moving. I'd say the best bet for you to really make an impact on this map is to go straight for B, then C. Your other teammates are going to go for A. It's not like they're not going to, you know, take the points and go for A. So I'd skip through, go for B straight away, and then move on to C. So a lot of people seem to quit this map. I don't know if it's because of the choppers or what. I think a lot of the guys actually ended up quitting this match. And we had a few joiners at the end, so I think the final tally was 11 on our side, 7 on theirs, I think. Which is a bit unfortunate. You know, a few guys, I guess, got pissed off with, you know, having their bases taken. They didn't want to get a loss against their name. I really don't know, but they quit. So there's a bit of a shame. I have found the majority of the time people will bypass all the flags and go straight for the choppers. You know, you have team killing for the Apache, you have team killing for the Havoc. More for the Apache actually. I don't know what it is. People got a hard on for that chopper. But yeah, they will take the team killing to an extreme. Sometimes even if you do manage to get up in it, you're likely to get shot down by a friendly because of that. So I would really just forget it, mate, and get into your bloody cavs and your tanks, and it's a lot more fun. You know, chopper kills are chopper kills, but being on the ground, you know, it's more intense, more action's going on in my opinion. Actually, got quite lucky here, that tank exploding. Usually they can kill you. I got very lucky though. Not sure where this bloody tank's gone, but damn to bloody get him. So I've put the 4 times on the UMP. It's because it's such a large map, you know, at range. You want a 4 times on this map, and you will find a lot of snipers on this map. I mean, probably the most ridiculous thing they do Poor bastard. Lucky, I was so lucky I got the knife on him. But getting back to it, probably the most ridiculous thing I've seen snipers do is try to get on these windmills. The map is so huge, it's not like everybody can't see you doing it. So it's just ridiculous, really is ridiculous. To go to that length to get up there only to get shot by somebody. Like instant you get on there. So, I don't know, give it up. And you're going to find a lot of them in the hills. And actually, the game we had the other night, there was 2 of our friendly snipers sitting on the B flag up in the hills. The enemy were taking the flag right below them, and the Apache was up, but neither of those guys budged for a second to help take the flag back, nor to jump down and get on the badge. They were right above it. They could have just jumped down the hill, got onto it in 2 seconds, and taken the Apache out. But they just didn't move because they were in cover and they didn't want to get killed. So yeah. Anyway, enough for the sniper rant, see? You bastard. You keep going on about fucking snipers vanish. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, alright, I'll stop. Yeah, I don't know what that means, me actually referring to myself in the third person there, like that, but... And by my gamer tag, what the fuck? Anyhow. So, sitting on a tow missile here, waiting for this tank to come through. Thought I saw him through the gap in the wall there, but... There's actually no gap in the wall there yet. It's a tree I'm actually shooting at. But I have quite a good run here at C flag coming up. I decide to defend one particular flag. And C flag's where you're going to get a lot of action, considering it's close to their base, depending on which side you go to, be A flag or C flag. B flag's pretty hotly contested because of the AAs. But I would really stick with the A or the C flag if you want a real close game, real hard game. It's a lot easier to sit at the B and just kill the guy that come for it, but if you really want to fight, stick at the A flag or the C flag. You can have a lot of bloody fun. Might take a few deaths, but fuck that, mate. It's all about the fun of it. You don't want to be one of these KD whores that just sit in, a tree or sit in a corner just waiting for people to walk past and shit. It's very dangerous for the Havoc to be coming in like that. I'm trying my hardest to get these AT4 kills as well. Really, they just look so cool. I've done it a couple of times, but I've never quite seemed to get it right. Always, either too far to the left, too far to the right, or I just jerk the stick and it just doesn't work for me sometimes. But I've got a couple of them, and they do look pretty cool. I've seen a few montages on YouTube of it. It usually seems to be on PC. A lot of players seem to get them. I guess it might be quite easy to do with the mouse, I don't know. Or maybe I just suck. Maybe that's it. But anyhow, trying to keep C alive here. It's a bit of a fight. Get a few kills on this flag actually. What they've done, they've run down in a cav probably, or jumped out of the Black Hawk or something and got A down there. So, one thing I do have to say about the Apache, I'm not keen about it on Oasis. I think it's too overpowered for the map. I think they really should have put 2 Black Hawks there, or 1 Black Hawk at the start, maybe 1 Black Hawk at the farm, and give the enemy team the hind on their plantation base. I know a lot of Battlefield purists won't be happy about that, considering it was in the first game and it won't be Oasis without the Apache. But this is a totally different game to Bad Company 1. In playstyle, in just intensity alone, it's very, very different. So I think they really need to think about putting a Black Hawk on there instead of the Apache, and a hind for the enemy team. Yeah, it just does not sit right anymore, having that overpowered chopper on that map. And sitting on the AA, you can be shot off it quite easily. And things moving so bloody fast sometimes, especially the guys get that circle strafing shit going. Like, see that? Yeah, look at this Havoc here doing, not a fan of that shit. I think it's real fucking cheap. The chopper seems to move so much quicker when it's circling and strafing like that than it does moving forward. But anyway, I won't be boring you with that shit. Yeah, got my cav. Love the cavs. Best thing on this map are the cabs. Yeah, you load them up with your mates and that. Really should have got out and got that guy instead of trying to shoot him with the grenade launcher. Very inaccurate. I think his bastard just bloody jumped in my cab and drove off. It's kind of a big punch in the face, that shit. But I've got the C flag, so I'm going to spawn on there. I'm not too worried about it, the flags, that sort of stuff. I've kind of got to think of my mates. I'm here at C and they're down there, getting the rest of the flags back and that. That's my bloody cab that guy just drove off in. Keeping C alive. I don't want them to have this flag in particular. It's closest to their base, so I know I'm going to get a lot of action sitting around here. So if I keep it, I can hang around here and stop them from getting it back. Nice double kill right there. So we got Battlefield Vietnam coming out in a few bloody days, about 10 days or so. I think PC players can actually get it on the 18th. Lucky for them. Us console players will have to wait till the 21st. Well, actually, Australian players will have to wait till the 22nd. So remember with Map Pack 7, it was the 1st, and all my mates are there. We thought, 7 o'clock at night, maybe it'll turn up then. But it actually didn't turn up until the 2nd of December at about 2 o'clock in the morning. So when you think about it, mate, we won't be really playing Vietnam until the 22nd. And that means that, other players will have a few hours on other, the people that had to wait. I mean, no one's really, some people probably will be staying up to download it at, the exact time it comes out. But I doubt, I will, I doubt my mates will. You never know, but I doubt it. And that gives everybody that kind of advantage where they had that extra few hours on the map to get to learn it, and then other players get in there that, have just woken up to download the map, but these guys have already been up playing it for, 6-7 hours while we're all asleep, and they just know the map a lot better than you do by the time you get in there. But improvise, adapt and overcome, I think the saying is, isn't it? That's what you have to do. I guess we'll just get on top of it, get into Vietnam when it comes out. I don't know how many more videos of Bad Company 2 as it is here I will be bringing. Kind of getting a little, even with the new maps, I don't know, just the way people are playing these days, it's not really interesting me anymore. Sorry to say, but I don't know. I think it's just the Vietnam thing's really on everybody's mind, and they really want to get into that. But just the way, the games we're having, I'm not finding it as enjoyable anymore. You know how games get when you get to a point where I got killed and I know exactly where that guy killed me from because everybody goes there, kind of thing. Everybody's there, and it's always the cheap kind of tactics that are coming out that people constantly keep using because they've proven to be effective, but they're still blatantly bloody cheap ass shit, and they keep doing it. But I love this game. I mean, you will not find a better game on the Xbox PS3 at the moment. If you want a warfare setting with intense action that's constantly changing, with vehicles you can fly around in, drive around in, boats, whatever. So I actually didn't know where this bloody wire guider was, so I'm just kind of spraying and praying a bit here. Didn't remember that it, the exact location of it. But yeah, I was really kind of disappointed that this didn't get much of a mention. I don't think it got any of a mention at the gaming awards that were held recently that Machinima has been going on about. Red Dead Redemption won Game of the Year, which, Red Dead Redemption's a great bloody game, but this game's really underrated. I don't know if it's because the people that own these channels or, run these channels that are big with gaming. I mean, Pixel Enemy's great for Bad Company. I mean, they're really, they really do support this game with the videos and their content and all that sort of stuff. But Machinima don't. Machinima have no interest in Bad Company whatsoever. You'll find a video occasionally, like Big Money or Big Mooney, however you, MOONEY, Mooney, Money, whatever. He's had a couple of videos featured on Machinima, but they're so few and far between. Between the Black Ops, man, it's just saturation of Black Ops is just ridiculous on Machinima. It's every single video. I was subscribed to Machinima Respawn, and my subscription box every morning is filled with nothing but Black Ops videos. It's unbelievable how underrated this game is, and how the community at large, or the gaming community at large, doesn't respond to it, to its content, to its videos, to whatever. But I think it really needs people to make more videos, and I really encourage any of my subscribers listening to this to get yourselves a HD PVR or whatever, and get some gameplay captured, start some commentary, and get people, like, flood YouTube with Battlefield, and just get the word out at how great this game can be. I've got a saying going at the moment: it's not the game, it's the players. And it really is the players at the moment in this game that are kind of sucking the fun out of it. You know, it's not the way it was when it first came out. Everybody knows what to do, like cheap ass tactics they know, and they keep using them, and it's really sucking the fun out of this game. My mates and I are die-hard Battlefield players, but when these guys are saying to you that, I mean, this is getting a bit fucking boring, this is getting a bit bloody ridiculous, what's going on here, then there's a problem with the players, not the game. It might be our problem, I don't know, but this game is what I enjoy playing, and I really hope they continue to bring content out for it, because I think it's got a lot of legs left in it. I think Vietnam will be great for a long time, but I really hope they continue to bring stuff out, new expansions, new weapons, new maps. It'll be a while before new maps come out, that's understandable, but I hope they bring new content out for this, and they just don't let it die. But anyway, there we go, we lost apparently. I mean, come on, you did a whole patch for it and you couldn't fix that. Come on, guys, Jesus. Anyway, you can probably see on the scoreboard at the end, I kind of stopped the capture because, yeah, I don't know, I think the guys all left towards the end there. Yeah, see, it was only about 7 or so guys there. They all kind of left. Anyway, remember the playlist right here, and I'll catch you again next time. Thanks for watching. Had a good harvest day today. I'll put that up later on. So I'll see you next time.